Hello. Today we're going to go through an example of an easy SMART goal that you can apply to your own life. We're going to use an example of this guy, Joe. So first, let's go through what a SMART goal is. The reason why we use SMART goals is because it helps bring a lofty goal or a non-specific goal into reality. It sets up a timeline and makes it much more achievable. Behavioral change theorists are finding that people get way more success out of setting SMART goals as opposed to just having a goal and going for it without a plan. So SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T is the acronym. This stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. I'm going to explain that through the example of our guy, Joe.
Powering off.
And that's my speaker turning off. So Joe has a goal. So I'm a health coach. So let's say Joe comes to me and his goal is to have more energy. Joe's been feeling kind of low. So his goal is have more energy. Let's see if it fits into our acronym. So is it specific? It's not really specific. We know what he wants more of, but we don't know how much, we don't know by when, and we don't know how to measure whether or not he's achieving that goal, okay? Is it measurable? I think I just said it's not. So there's no number here. We don't know what exactly he's going for. Is it attainable? I think it's attainable for him to have more energy, but what are we attaining? Again, we don't really know what we're attaining, okay? Is it relevant? It is relevant because Joe is low energy, so it's relevant to his life. He wants to have more energy, which will apply to his life. It's not like he's going to be a sumo wrestler. I mean, look at him. He's too skinny, right? He's 50 years old. So let's say Joe's 50. I want to say that because that's going to play into some of the goal setting that we're doing. So is it time-bound? Is his goal time-bound? Have more energy. By when? We don't know. It could be 3 years from now. Is he going to feel fulfilled in weeks or months or in a year? Probably not, because he has no time limit. Okay, so when he comes to me, I say, all right, Joe, we got to get this thing organized. Let's figure this out. So let's get specific. So what I would do to get specific is say, okay, where are you now? Let's measure your energy levels now on a scale of 1 to 10. I use this a lot with clients so that they can get sort of like their place on the map, and we can figure out where else we want to go on the map. So I asked Joe on a scale of 1 to 10, how much energy do you have? And he says 3. On average, he's a 3 right now. That's 3 out of 10. 10 is he could conquer the world. 1 is he just can't even get out of bed. So Joe's kind of barely getting out of bed. He's barely getting his stuff done on a daily basis. So he starts at a 3, and I say, well, where do you want to go? What do you want to be? And he said, okay, realistically, Melissa, I want to be in the 8 to 10 range on a regular basis. Okay, 8 to 10. So he wants to go here. Okay, that's his goal. So now we have a more specific goal. It's kind of, we're introducing measurement, but we still don't have time bound. This system, the 1 to 10 system, we're going to have him measure on a daily basis. So he's going to measure his energy levels on a daily basis, different times of the day, to figure out whether or not he's on task. So measurable, we're going to put here that he's doing the 8 to 10. That's how he's measuring. 1 to 10. That's the scale that he's going to measure. So if you're losing weight, you're going to be weighing yourself on a weekly basis to see if you're on point with your goal. Okay, so specific, we got some specifics. That's also that he's going to go to an 8 to 10, right, from a 3. We're getting more specific, but in order to get more specific with him, I want to get really clear on, okay, what is it in your life that's not working for you right now about having low energy, and what would you like to change? What specifically? So Joe says right now he can't play with his kids. Okay, he doesn't have energy. They're adolescents and he wants to run around, he wants to play football with them, but he just sits on the couch. So he's not being the kind of parent that he wants to be. So more of a specific goal for him is going to be, at first, we're going to go for eventually playing in the park with the kids once a week, okay? Okay, so we're gonna say he wants to be able to run around, even more specific, for 1 hour. Okay, right now he can't even do 5 minutes. So this is the specific goal. And now we have to go into the other things. So how are we going to measure that? We figured that out. We're going to do a 1 to 10 of him measuring his energy on a daily basis. Okay. Attainable. Yes, it's attainable, but we're going to have to put a time relevance in here to really figure out whether or not it's attainable. So if he wants to go from a level 3 energy to an 8 to 10 in 3 days, I'm going to tell him, he really should get a longer time frame, because that's not attainable, right? That's actually going to help him feel like a failure in a way. So if he wants to jump to that in 3 days, I'm going to be, if I support that, I'm going to support failure. So I need to say, okay, I think more realistically would be in the weeks or months range. So Joe and I talk and we decide to put a month on it. Okay. So the time bound is 1 month. And we're going to get really specific with it. Okay. So if today is February 11th, by March 11th, 2021, we're going to have that goal to get him to the 8 to 10 daily energy range in 2021. Okay, this year, 1 month, 30 days. Okay, it's very specific. So SMART goals are all about, this specificity. So we're getting specific on various different levels. We're getting specific on how we're measuring it. We're getting specific on exactly what we want to see. This is his goal. Other things might happen, he might get other positive things, but this is the one thing he's going to be watching. Okay, can I go to the park with my kids in 1 month from today and play for 1 hour and remain in about, maybe the 8 range? Maybe he'll dip down to a 7, but that's still reasonable, right? That's still achievable. That still feels good. It feels better than now. So attainable. We're deciding that it's attainable by giving him a reasonable time frame, a reasonable goal, right? We're not saying that he can run 5 miles in a month. That's ridiculous. Joe can't do that. He can't even walk for 5 minutes down the block at a fast pace. So we're making it attainable and we're making it relevant, because now we're pulling this goal of having more energy into his relationship with his children, which is completely relevant to his life. He's a 50-year-old parent. He wants to be there and present for his adolescent kids. Okay. So I hope that helps. There's way more detail that we can get into. There's lots more examples. Everyone is different. But this is a really good example, because a lot of people want more energy. They want to feel better, but they don't have a real specific idea of where they are now, where they want to be, what exactly they want to see in their lives. So the difference between creating a goal that just kind of lays out there and sits there and is like pressure, and then having a goal that is like something that you can really get to. You really feel like you can get there. You can visualize it. You know exactly what you're going for, and you know how you're measuring it on a daily basis. When you do that, your success rate is way, way higher. Okay, that's why Joe's happy. Look, his hair's a mess. He's a stick figure, but he's still happy because he's got this goal and he feels really solid about it because we've talked it through. And as a matter of fact, in working with a health coach, usually you have kind of like a second plan, like, okay, if this isn't working, we're going to meet again in a week. Let's set up a time. We'll chat again and we'll see exactly what's been happening, if anything is getting in your way, and we're going to crush this. We're going to check it every week. Okay, this is Melissa Rays at Raise the Bar Wellness. Please like this video, follow my channel. Lots more videos to come. Health tips, supportive self-care tips for busy people, parents, entrepreneurs. I'm here. Hope you have a great day.